Do you have a vision and a plan ready to go for your business in 2021? Hello there, my name is Anna Lundberg. I'm the founder of One Step Outside, author of Leaving the Corporate 9 to 5 and host of the Reimagining Success podcast. And I don't know about you, but I love the whole vision setting exercises that we do. I love planning, and then the actual implementation, I'm a little bit wishy-washy there. So that's something I've had to work on, certainly. But I know that the whole process of planning, setting goals for the future can also be overwhelming in itself. It requires being a little bit vulnerable, admitting to yourself what's possible, what you hope is possible, at least what you really want, being ambitious enough to set really big goals, but also be realistic, and then make sure that you're setting yourself up for success and making sure you're focusing on the right priorities and getting the help you need and so on. So that's a lot to ask, especially when we're first starting out in business. But to be honest, even years later, because we're constantly raising the bar and making things harder for ourselves, it can be an exciting process, but it's also pretty scary and it's difficult to do alone. So if you want to hear a little bit more about this, I will, as ever, go into more detail on the podcast episode on Thursday. If you really want support with setting your goals and planning, this is something that we do in the Business Accelerator, the Outsiders Business Accelerator. So at the beginning of the year, we do the annual review, of course, looking back, because yes, it's important also to look back, to celebrate the wins, to see what's worked, what hasn't worked so well, and then to adjust and see what we want to stop, start and continue for the new year. And then we look ahead, of course, to this new year and see, okay, so again, what are we going to start doing that we weren't doing last year? So what do we need to do differently to get different results? What does that look like? How does it translate into the 4 quarters? So Q1, 2, 3, 4. In the accelerator, we then also do a review, again, looking back and looking forwards at the end of and the beginning of every quarter. So it's not just this once a year process, it really is an ongoing system. And I really see how the members benefit from checking in, again, celebrating wins, picking ourselves up and being a little bit strict when we see we haven't quite been doing what we said we'd do, and then making sure we get that balance right between being ambitious and also realistic and pragmatic. So if you are interested in learning more about that, we're doing our annual session next week, in fact, in a group. So if you're quick, you can still join us. That's at onestepoutside.com/accelerate, onestepoutside.com/accelerate. And you can apply there. We can make sure that you're a good fit for the program, and then I'll get you in right away so you can hit the ground running in 2021. But it's such an important time of the year. It is perhaps a little bit arbitrary. It's just the date that we as human beings have set in the calendar as the beginning of the year. But nonetheless, having that focus, having that system and structure is so powerful. I hope you share my joy and excitement when it comes to this process of envisioning what's possible, setting ambitious but also achievable goals, and then working out how we're going to do it. It's a bit of a game. It's pretty fun, and especially when we do it together as well. So then check out the podcast episode on Reimagining Success podcast. You can search on your favourite podcast app as ever, and I'll put the link below. But above all, I'd love for you to join us in the Business Accelerator if this is something you'd like to do. Of course, it's not just the planning that we do there. We have training content every month, live coaching calls, a really active LinkedIn group, and a fantastic community mastermind group there. So again, onestepoutside.com/accelerate, and you can message me, of course, if you have any questions or anything at all around the accelerator and this idea of planning for the new year as well. So thanks so much for listening. Good luck with your process if you do decide to do it by yourself, and otherwise I'd love to speak to you about the accelerator, and I look forward to starting to work with you very, very soon. Bye for now.